Good morning. This is a short video that's an outcry uh, for the people, if there are still any on this planet, uh, with current situation in the politics and what people are fed, what stories people are fed through the mass media, like the BBC, most outlets. They are all chewing the shit. It's obvious right now that the world is fighting barbarianism, the new barbarianism. And this is a complete disrespect to humanity, to the interests of the kind, as a kind. The politics, which are done right now by the crooks, and the most vivid example is the red monkey with our northern, southern, neighbor country. They are complete failure. Yeah? The only civilization that existed and still exists on this planet is the European one. It's the ancient Greece through ancient Rome, gave the whole population of the planet the ideas of parliament, the ideas of humanity, the ideas of development, the ideas of cohabitation, wise and clever cohabitation between different groups of people, be it countries, nations, cultures, etc. And this impulse, which drove the development from the old England, from old Europe, actually it's right now diminishing. It's in crisis. I am very happy that Canada is siding up with Europe to fight this new barbarianism. Because the politics of the United States, where you have the worst, and I cannot call those people, those are below animals, those who still lie, are eager to kill for their petty interests, just to stay in power or to make the things in unjust and fishy way. That's the failure of the civilization. That's enough, but that's a new barbarianism. And maybe the new barbarians, those are those who are stealing our future right now. Those who are it's already known that this Trump shit, this red monkey, is so much corrupt that he bought his way through American politics on top. It means that the American politics doesn't work anymore. It was a club of two parties, absolutely detached from the reality. And because it's like the dump, it's like a dump of shit, who produced the most dangerous, the most unpleasant virus, that's this Trump thing, who surrounded himself by the most disgusting individuals that you can find. And it shows the whole planet that instead of thinking about our future, about the future of the kind, about uniting the planet under values, those crooks are dealing between themselves. They disregard the interests of the planet, of the populace, everything. And I think it's time that really kind of the democracy should be changed to more kind of scientific and to more spaceship approach. We are all living on one spaceship which travels through space and time, that planet, and we have just one. And it's necessary not just to persuade the average monkeys to vote for something. That's in the past. If you want to calculate and use the voting system, it's time to make it online with the electronic means, not just those I don't know, bad plays every half year, like all the monkeys are thinking. No, it should be. I know how to do it. You just register all the voters online, and they have electronic access. And if the politician is not doing well, they will change him immediately. Just logging online and just taking off their mark that they have chosen this before. And the thing is that our planet is a spaceship which should be governed by the crew of the best, not popular, not just crooks who just bought the way and who shared kind of their stolen money with their kind of small circle around them, and they influence everything else. No, it should be the best who would be chosen by exams, by upbringing, the understanding where we want to be in 500 years, yeah, and all the rest would be passengers of the spaceship, who also will have the say, but who are to travel safely and to enjoy their interesting lives on this planet. And right now, those BBC guys, I used to watch, like, I used to use BBC site. Right now it's a dump. They are kind of talking about unimportant, very like issues which don't matter. Because everybody identified this red crook from New York. He is really a liar, a thief. He is really a crook. He is really a piece of shit. And it's for every human who is tolerating this piece of shit on top. That's a disgust. And it's necessary to understand that this is a new barbarianism. Because, okay, he looks white, he looks European, but his values are lower than those of the underdeveloped aboriginals somewhere in Amazon forests. He is like greedy, selfish bastard who surrounded himself. And it's not just the United States, it stains all the people of the United States. Right now I'm treating every American with disgust, because every American, whether he voted or not, they have on top the problem which is causing the whole world the disaster. Right now they are not anymore supporting Europe or European values. They want to have their own world based on powers, based on self shit. It's absolutely disgusting thing. I would use Russian to vividly explain how stinking it is. And he's siding with Russians. And if anyone wants to find out who Russians, Soviets, those slaves, basically, who they are, anyone should read the Bulgakov story, which is called The Dog Heart. And I really think that the dogs are better than the Russians, than those slaves who don't have their own opinion and who are constrained by what they say, but which information they receive. It's absolutely, it's not enough to have a human body, to have human rights or respect or dignity. It's not enough. It's necessary to have values, to prove the way of thinking, and to have a dignity, to have nobility. Russians are really below animals right now. Those are not people. Those are just bodies full of shit, which should be treated lower than animals. And they bought their way because they don't control their finances. Of course, they can amass, and they're just buying this Trump thing, the red monkey, everybody who is surrounding them, they are just having the resources which they stole from the planet, and they use not to develop this planet, not to unite it under values, under some meaningful rules, laws. No, they are just destroying it for their own benefits, because those are greedy, selfish pieces of shit, lower than animals. And unless the populace of the planet understands it, at least some, it's disgusting to fly on the same planet with these pieces of shit. In Russian, there are more vivid words. I just don't use so much English swearing words, but you will, and you can come up with your own. And it's a smack in the face for every human individual who is capable of thinking. And the mass media is feeding this shit. Well, it's already identified that Trump and his team are pieces of shit. And right now, what this shit thinks, what this shit does, it's necessary for humans, if you have a pile of shit, it's necessary to clean it, to dump it in a sewer system, not to tolerate it, not to smell it every day through the mass media. You don't want to care what the shit thinks. You just dump it where it can disintegrate. And the whole story about supporting Russians, about opposing Europe with its values, those are like monkey business, monkeys. They don't want to be humans. They are degrading onto the level of the primitive self, disgusting liars and stealers. They think that they are playing on the scene, and for the whole humanity to have this spectacle, to have this awfully tasteless play, and to see every day like how this all shit stinks, is disgusting. And it's a direct message to all the Americans. You are stained, like the whole planet, to be, at least to understand something here, and to have some kind of cognitive abilities. It's the planet stinks of the crooks, of the liars, and of the stealers, and the politics. If we think about the planet as a spaceship, which should be governed by the best, by the crew of those who are ready, who are capable, who have passed the exams. The politics should be as in banks. The ethics of the politics should be, if there is at least even some doubt in an individual, he would be not allowed to participate in planetary decisions. And those guys are stained right now with murders, with bribes, with corruption. And those are stinking monkeys. Not even monkeys, that's the excrements of the monkeys. And to tolerate this and to eat this every day is disgusting. They are stealing our lives. They are stealing our future. They are stealing, like, instead of them, there should be some leaders who would be really teaching the populace about the values, about their goals, about the necessity to develop further in space, to become better what the monkeys were 100 years ago. And right now they are just falling lower than the animals. Something needs to be done. At least we need to start talking that we are not interested what this shit thinks, does, etc. We need to get rid of this shit, to put it where it belongs, on the lowest levels, to dump it in a sewer system, for it to disappear. And right now all the planet is like stinking, those unhealthy, how do you call it? No, this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. Bunch of monkeys with their agenda of crooks, liars, and thieves are trying to rule the planet to their own liking. And the general populace, be it like normal people, doctors, lawyers, I don't know, businessmen, who don't do, but if they tolerate this on top of them, those are even worse. than the monkeys who are kind of playing on top, who are shitting to all those people just directly in their brains, shitting. With their disgusting characters and their disgusting way of thinking and barbarianism. So that's a call. That's my personal witness, planetary kind of conclusion that this planet is full of shit. And in order to progress, in order to have at least a chance for the kind, not just to survive, but to develop and to represent the picture which was painted by the best philosophers, writers of a human being who is not just a body which is full of shit, but who is a being with values, being with humanism, being with who knows what's right and what's wrong, that doesn't exist anymore. There is no agenda of further development in the right direction, and everybody is fighting. And the only thing to do is to start talking about this. That we really don't want to tolerate. Well, it's already known. Those crooks are murderers, liars, and those world religions, which I think there are three of them, the major ones: the Christianity, Buddhism, and Judaism. They all have those principles: not to kill, not to lie, not to steal. And those are keeping silent, by the way, those bastards, including the Pope. In front of them, the wild monkeys are just stealing, killing, and lying. The Trump thing lied 30,000 times since January. What is it, if not shit? And those religions, they're sticking their tongues in their asses, looking at the back of the human history where they were closer even to monkeys, and doing nothing. That's specifically disturbing. That you don't have a development which is supported not just material development, but also by the spiritual development, by the ethics of living together on this spaceship, Earth, which we are flying together. And it's becoming really kind of polluted with it's becoming polluted with animals in people's skins. Those are lower than animals with this shit. It's necessary to do something. The new civilization, is necessary to kind of to show them where they belong, and that's a sewer system. Well, I hope this kind of at least starts the discussion, and have a good time fighting those unjust and fighting those monkeys. Whoever is left who is capable of thinking, analyzing, who is capable of perceiving the values and the human history and where we should go from here. It's time to think. It's time to ask questions. It's time to declare that we don't want to smell this shit which they are feeding us through these mass media degraded outlets. Good luck.